afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How is everyone doing today? I don't have no earrings in. I didn't notice I didn't have earrings in. And the day was almost done, so I was like, no earrings. That's okay. That's all right. It's like a bomb had went off at my job today. It was such a hellhole. Oh my God. Such a disaster. Ah, man, it was just a bomb had dropped in that place today. The new system dropped today and it just kept crashing. I'm just like, y'all talking about y'all spent millions of dollars on this new system and it's crashing? What the hell? What? Did y'all get people from the side of did they get like immigrants from the side of the road to make a new computer system for y'all? Like, did y'all get just anybody from the side of the road that don't even live in America to fix this system for y'all? I don't understand. Like, what? The system kept just flunking. Everything was a mess. A mess. And we're all pissed off. My boss is pissed off, but she's trying to act all cool with it, right? I said, girl, I'm pissed and I'm just a regular worker. Did y'all get some like people from Home Depot to come and do this for y'all? Like anybody that you could find? Hey, you know computers? Hey, you know how to do systems? Do you know how to put a system in place? And the funny thing was they said that they spent millions of dollars to get this system in. I can't tell. I can't tell that y'all spent millions. But it looks like y'all just bought it. I can't tell that y'all spent millions of dollars on this new system. I can't tell because everything was messing up today. I was like, I could not wait to get. I literally worked in there the whole time I was there. The whole time we were working, fixing things, customers calling in, just a mess. And my boss was pissed off, but she was trying to act like she wasn't. She was trying to act like she wasn't, but I know I was. But I'm glad to be out. I gotta be going there tomorrow afternoon, which is not bad. At least I'm not opening up tomorrow. But practice makes perfect. Once I get into it and start doing it every day, just like the first system. Like when I started this job, I was a terrible mess. I didn't understand it. And now I got the system down packed. So it's just gonna take some work in progress, but and the customers were coming in the store like changing stuff, doing things, and they were getting pissed off. Some of them walked out the store like, this is ridiculous. Nobody wants to hear when they're spending money that, I can't pay my bill, I can't do this, I can't pay my financing. So I'm over there helping this guy trying to get his financing stuff, and he get an attitude and he walks out. I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry, we got a new system today. It was frustrating for people today. Today was just one of those days. We had to send so many emails today, and they had this like website that was open for people with questions. It was just a mess. And my boss was pissed off today, but she was trying to act like she wasn't. I said, well, hey, girl, you're a supervisor, so when you're a boss and you get paid the extra money, that's what you got to do, the extra whatever. So she's still in there. She's supposed to leave today at 5. She's still there. I left. I kindly got my bag, and I was like, well, I'm hourly, so I'm getting out of here. I was like, see you. Have a great night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. My boss looked like she was pissed, but I'm like, when you're a supervisor, those are the type of things that you get paid for. You get paid to do the extra load. You know what I mean? So yeah, I bet your IT department are working overtime and on call tonight. Some will probably be showing the door and applying for new employment. Yeah, I'm just a mediocre person. Like I'm not no boss. I'm not no IT. But the managers are not. The managers are on the ground. They are in there. But I'm like I'm hourly, so I get to leave after my 8. After my 8, I leave and I escape. I don't have to stay here with this. But when you're a manager, see, when you sign up to be a boss, a supervisor, those are the type of things you have to cover. You can't leave when you want to. You have to stay and pick up the weight. How are you feeling today? Not bad. Just work was crazy today, but I was able to leave after my shift, and I was happy about that. I got my bag. I was like, this, y'all have a good night. Let me go back to my homeless shelter. That's how it is in corporate America. Straight cutthroat. But now it's a new system, so everybody's working like harder and whatever. I don't even like. I'm still grateful to have a job, but everything is just like new systems are in place. Everything is different now. Everything is different. And it seemed like to me that we have to do more steps. It's like more steps that we have to do to get things done, and it's frustrating because now I'm like, oh man, now I got to go back to my notes. I got to start taking notes. I feel like I was in college today. I'm just like, and y'all pay people nickels and dimes to do this type of work when they're doing all this extra stuff. Like, that's what I'm saying. When you go back, I work for a multi-billion-dollar company. Even if they paid everybody $25 an hour to do that job, you could get more people in there to work, but they don't want to. They want to pay you minimum. They want to pay us minimum work. They want to pay us the minimum wage, the lowest wage for more work. And they wonder why they never keep people. People never stay. People don't hang around. They just wonder why. And it's just funny. I just left. I just was like, y'all have a good night. And I was like this. Told my boss, her name is Lynn. I was like, all right, Lynn, you have a great night. Y'all can finish putting out them fires that y'all have to. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. Why all the rich people that own the place, the billionaires, right? They sitting at home somewhere, watching TV or doing other investments, running their other businesses that they have while this place is just crashing and burning. And it's funny because they said they spent millions of dollars on this new system. I'm like, millions of dollars where? If y'all spent millions of dollars on that crappy system that y'all have right there, y'all got the cheapest, lowest wage of people to come in and fix that system, and it's not even fixed. It's not even fixed. Y'all spent millions of dollars on what? The system kept crashing down. We had to do a whole bunch of steps just to get one little tiny thing done. My boss, I'm asking her questions. She don't even know. She don't even know the questions to the answers I'm asking her. They had this AI thing. They use AI for everything. Oh, you go into the AI system and ask the AI. So some things AI was helping me with today, but I'm only doing what I'm supposed to do. Like if a customer calls me and asks me something about their financing, I have to be able to answer those questions. And that's what I did, but I went into the AI system and asked questions. Thankfully, the location that I work at is a little bit slower location. So it's not like a fast-paced location where I'm at. So thankfully I'm at where I'm at, and it's not like really fast and busy in that location that I work at. But some of the customers was coming in today pissed off. Everybody today wants everything fast, right? Everything has to be quick. If it's not quick, people don't want nothing to do with it. No one has patience. This one lady came in today giving me attitude, like saying, "Oh, I'm at work." I said, "Okay, you're at work. What am I supposed to do about that? Come in when you're off of work, when you don't have stress. Like some things you just shouldn't do while you're on your 10 or 15-minute break. It just doesn't work." So she's giving me attitude, and I'm like, "Listen, I can't move no faster. If the computer's crashing, I don't know what to tell you." Some people, like the customers, are calling corporate. They're calling that corporate number because all these big businesses, they have that corporate number that the customers can call and complain. So what you gonna complain about? I mean, y'all should have had this straightened out. We get in trouble for like little stuff, but y'all should be in trouble for the way this system is crashing. Y'all should be in trouble for that. Because y'all going to lose customers, you're going to lose business, you're going to lose money. And I'm sure that y'all see the numbers are probably dwindling a little bit because customers have been canceling their orders. They're mad, and I don't blame them. That's why one of my other managers, one of the higher managers, he ended up finding him another job. It's something to it. It's something like every job, every business has something. Nothing is always going to be like, nothing is ever perfect. Nowhere. It doesn't matter where you go. Even if I quit this and I go find me another job in the same field, it's going to always be something. It's always going to be a catch-22. Nothing is always going to be, oh, it's perfect over here. Oh, we're so happy. Nothing's going on. Nothing's wrong. Like, man, it's so much going on inside these freaking businesses. But I was just sitting back like, wow, I get off at 6. She scheduled me from 10 to 6 today. I don't know why. I usually do 9 to 5, but I'll take whatever. You scheduled me from 10 to 6, but you had 9 to 5, but you still there. You could have scheduled me for 9 to 5. I don't know why you did that. But she was getting an attitude today. You could tell she was getting kind of pissed off. And I'm like, oh, well, that's what you a boss for, right? Everybody want to be a boss. Everybody want to get paid to be in charge and be a supervisor and be a leader. But there you go. Go ahead on and lead there, my friend. I'm going down the road to the shelter, and she's still in there working. And there's nothing wrong with her. I'm not saying that there's something wrong with her wanting to be a leader, but she had an attitude today. You could tell because she was like ignoring, like low key trying to ignore me when I was asking her questions. But I'm asking you questions because you're a supervisor. So these things you should know. Like even if it's a new system, they should have trained y'all properly. They should have been training y'all like the last year when this happened. They should have been training all managers. The last year, y'all should have been getting trained for this. That way, when people have questions, that y'all are on the grounds and y'all are able to answer these questions for people. Don't just tell people to the AI. Some people don't want to do AI. They just want to get the answer because you should know it. But they got their little AI portal in there. And the sad part is the AI stuff is going to be wiping off a lot of people's jobs. I don't know if my job going to be around for the next 5 or 10 years. And all the salespeople, they just sitting around. They're cool because all they got to do is put the order in. And then we do the financing. We do all the paperwork. We collect the money. People still pay with checks. Like, we take the cash, the money, the checks, and we have to do all of this stuff. But it's just a mess. It's just a mess. But I'm not going to stress myself out, darling. The steps of them coming in there paying on their finance orders, like, we get financing through other banks, right? So we have to put the financing in and make sure it's right and make sure that they have their approval codes and just all that stuff. And it's just like, we had to do like 20 steps before we even got to the end of it. So I'm like, oh God, what a mess. Then some of the salespeople, they just nasty, pushy. They all about their money. So all they care about is the money. As long as they get paid, they don't care about how they talk to us. They don't care about how they treat us. And I'm just like, well, I don't let them talk to me like crazy. You come into my desk and you talk crazy to me, I'm gonna move slow as hell to help you. I'm gonna move like a snail. Once you want to be nasty, I'm gonna move really slow. You want to be nasty, I move slower. So, but what y'all up to? Sorry I can't read the comments until I get to a stop sign or a red light. But if you guys are new here, hello. You can just call me Homeless. That's my name for this channel. Homeless, single woman. Welcome to my channel, guys. I come here and I talk about homelessness. I am a homeless person, but I work full time in corporate America. I have a 9 to 5 corporate America job, and I go to work 5 days a week. And I'm looking for another job. I need more income so that I can find me an apartment. And if you guys do not know, 2023, I got evicted outside of my apartment complex that I was living in for 5 years. And it wasn't for non-payment of rent. It was about something else. And one day I will tell y'all what happened, but not right now. But it wasn't an eviction for non-payment of rent. It was something else. It was a lease violation. So now I'm in a homeless shelter. I'm just trying to build my life back from losing. Agreed, Sally. Not everybody wants to change this time as well. Tweak system. Employees need training and be. They don't want to train people properly because nobody wants to do their job. So nobody's trained. They're just given paperwork. They just give whatever you need to do. Oh, go on the AI portal. Go to the AI portal. They have an AI portal. You can ask the AI anything, and whatever your answer, whatever your question is, AI will pull it up, right? But sometimes the AI seems like it's outdated. The answers that AI gets is not really, I don't know. Some of the things I pulled up on AI today was right, you know. But sometimes AI is telling you a whole bunch of stuff, and I just need one answer, you know. And AI will just give you 2-3 pages worth of the answer. So sometimes I just need to get right to the answer. But they have the AI portal. They also have the managers. The managers are not trained. They don't know. Y'all should have been training these managers like a year ago. This should have been in training a year ago. But it wasn't. They were telling us to train ourselves. Oh, go in there and make a client, do a customer. Go in there. They wanted us to go in there and do it ourselves. And half the time when you telling people that work that's already underpaid to go on their personal time to look at stuff. Oh, go train yourselves on this. No one's doing that. Nobody's doing that. No one's doing that. Nobody did that. Because y'all didn't tell us that. Y'all wasn't sitting there watching us do it. We're running the business, making sure everything is good, making sure the money is straight and everything like that. But y'all also telling us, even on our personal time, oh, go check out this system because it's coming. So now the system is here and everybody's going nuts. I'm just like, oh my God. Oh my Lord. I don't know. I mean, I'll be there tomorrow afternoon, so. But I'm not stressing myself out about it. I get stressed. I get more stressed when I get the salespeople when they're really nasty. I hate that. And when the customer comes in, when the salesperson is being nasty, and then the customer is upset and being nasty, that's when I get kind of mad. You know, I start fuming. I start foaming at the mouth. I get pissed off because I'm like ready to just kind of walk out. You know. But I'm like, well, if it was all this, y'all should have just kept that old system that we had because we was fine with that. Everything was moving effectively and efficiently with the old system. Now y'all got this new crap, and there's like 10 steps to get one thing done. And y'all paid somebody millions of dollars. Y'all say millions of dollars, millions, to fix this? I don't understand. And they say this has been 6 years in the making. Like, it's been 6 years that they've been working on this system for 6 years. I mean, I can believe that. Because they have a lot of files and they do keep a very great record of, that's a cop job. Let me take this phone down. Oh, I don't know if he saw me, but hopefully he didn't. They said they've been working on this for 6 years. I hope this cop did not see me in my phone. Please don't stop me, officer. He didn't see me because he probably would have slowed down and got behind me. I don't think he's gonna mess with me today. But I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I don't know about this new system, honey. I don't know. What did I have for lunch today? What did I have for lunch today? I forgot. Oh, I had some noodles. I had some ramen. I had ramen today. We had ramen today. We had ramen today. Oh, he's helping this guy change his tire, which is really nice. Really, really nice. And it's a very dangerous area over here trying to change that tire too. Oh my God. I don't be playing with the police. One time I got a ticket. I was talking on the phone to a friend of mine, and I actually had the phone like a dummy. I had the phone up in my ear, and don't y'all know that ticket was $800? $800 ticket. I think I paid two payments. I paid it, 400 one time, and then the rest I paid 400. But I was so mad. I was like, "Are you really gonna, are you really gonna charge me $800 for a cell phone ticket?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Damn, freaking officer." I was like, "Damn it." Went to court, but I never get stopped by the cops. Like I don't speed. I don't do anything that I'm not supposed to do, and I'm nice to the cops. Like when they stop me, I'm really nice to them. I don't never sass back with the police, so I never get tickets. But I don't get stopped that often. But when I do get stopped, I always get off. They never fuck with me. Like the police don't be messing with me. Because I'm nice to the officers. When you're nice to the officers, especially when you're a woman and you're nice to the officers, they don't fuck with you, in my opinion. But when you start asking them, what are you stopping me for and all that stuff, that's when things can go awry. But I always get off, so I'm always super nice to the officer. I said, how you doing today, officer? I think of my entire 40-something years of living, I had one nasty cop. One. And that was it. All the cops that ever stopped me or anything, they're always nice, and I always don't get a ticket. I think one time I got one warning, but a warning is better than having like a ticket. But that, even the cop that gave me the $800 cell ticket, he gave me that ticket because he know I couldn't fight that. That was a ticket that I had to show for court. I don't know why you have to show for cell phone tickets, but I had to show up for court for that ticket. And even that officer, he wasn't mean to me. But I didn't know how much the ticket was until I got home and I Googled it. And that ticket was $800. I'm like, damn, that's like $1,000. Are you fucking kidding me? I was so mad. But I wasn't even like mean to the officer. I was still nice to the cop. I'm always nice to the cops. Like I don't really like wave at the police when I see them in the street. But if they stop me, and I don't get stopped very often, I'm always nice to police. So when you're nice to the cops and you don't ask them, what are you stopping me for, officer? I don't never get no ticket. Never. So I'm a pretty safe driver anyway, but you guys, it's getting dark out here now. It's like 6:30 now. 6:30. Fall is here. Sorry, y'all. I'm not ignoring your comments, but I can't really look at them until I get to a stop sign or a red light or something. Okay. But I had a good day. It was just a crazy day at work. The new system, new things, crazy, crazy. But I had a pretty good day. I just don't like working with my boss. I don't like working with any supervisors because I know they be watching me. You know what I mean? But we're all learning this new system. And I'm just like, damn, for all this, y'all say that y'all claim that y'all spent millions of dollars on this new system, but I'm just like, y'all spent millions of dollars. It's not really looking like millions. All that money, y'all should have had a better little setup here. Even the customers were saying, like, some of their receipts that printed out, because some of the time, if they're financing, they have to fill out, like, paperwork. They was like, well, this is the receipt. I said, yeah. They was like, oh, the print is so small, I can't even barely read it. And I'm just like, oh man, yeah, you're kind of right, but I don't want to bash the company in front of the customer. But I'm like, yeah, it is kind of ranky. It is kind of lanky, ain't it? I was like, would y'all get somebody, like, y'all got some elementary school students to fix this system for y'all? Like, who did this? What team did y'all have to do this? I don't understand. I don't understand. The IT department. They have an IT department. They sure do. They have an IT. They got a big HR department. They got like 20 supervisors in the whole company. Like, it's a lot going on for the company. But I don't know. Y'all just getting people. I think they just find the cheapest people to do the cheapest job, the lowest paying. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the lowest paying job is, that's what they do. They find the lowest paying people that's going to charge the cheapest, and whatever they're paying the IT people. I don't know much about IT, but I'm sure they're paying them the lowest wage to do the job because they're cheap. It's just a cheap company. They're just cheap people, you know. But for the most part, I came out alive, y'all. I survived it for a day. Let's see what happens tomorrow. And again, I'm not going to stress myself out because number one, this is not my business. Number two, we're all underpaid. So what you think you're getting from that when you're underpaying people? Do you think you're going to get people that's going to do 1,000,000,000%? No, you're not. And some people will say, oh, your attitude is terrible. Like, first of all, this is not my company. I'm only going to do 8 hours. I'm not going to harm the company or anything like that. I'm not going to steal from the company, but I am not putting my best foot forward. I'm just going to do my bare essentials. I'm doing the bare essentials, and that's all they're getting from me. I'm sorry. And some people will say that, oh, that's not very team player like. I say, girl, please. Girl, please. You think this business care about me, the fact that I'm going to a homeless shelter tonight? Do you think they're going to have some sympathy for me? Oh, let's care about her because, she's homeless, so let's find her a place to live. They could care less. So when it comes to their business, I could care less. I'm just going to do a decent job while I'm there, and after that, I'm not thinking about you. I'm sorry, that's just how it goes, right? Isn't that just how it goes in the world? But actually, like, I do like the job. Like, I like my job, to be honest. I just like the old system. But now things change, and now I have to get used to a newer system. And I don't like the new system, baby. I like the old way. But the old way is always not, you got to have something fresh. You have to usher in newness, especially in business. They gotta usher in newness. They have to revamp the business and, restructure. I get that. I get that. Sometimes when you restructure things, that opens up doors for more money to flow through. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning, when you're restructuring, it's hard because everybody got to get used to it. But if y'all train people properly, if your managers was doing their job a year ago, this would be more organized than what it is today. Because right now, it ain't good. It's a lot of phone calls. The customers are getting pissed off. But all those phone calls that they get at, the 1-800 number that they can call and report people, the customers are calling there complaining, but y'all not doing nothing about that because they're not complaining about us, the lower hanging fruit. They're complaining about those top people. They're complaining about why is this going on? Why am I waiting in line for 20 minutes? Like, they're pissed off. And I understand, but that'll be swept under the rug. Because the only people they want to really mess with, we're not doing our job, we're not satisfying the customer. That's not satisfying the customer either. If y'all knew about this system a year or 6 years ago, y'all could have been having this in line 6 years ago. Like, start training your people 6 years ago, and this would have been a lot better than what it is now. Because right now it's actually crashing. Imagine the other locations that are really extremely busy. Some of those locations in other places are busy, really busy all day, the whole shift. You're working the whole time. I'm in a slower location, so it's not too bad for me. But for other places where they're really busy, I feel sorry for them. I really do. Yeah. But thank God I'm not a part of those locations. But I'm gonna read your comments, guys, as soon as I'm able to. I think I'm gonna stop at this store up here. Just pull over for a bit because I don't want to be crashing. This place right here, it's a little store. This is like a mom and pop store that I used to come here when I was like a kid. My dad used to stop here with us, and we used to get like candy and stuff. This place been here for a long time, but I'm not going in here to get anything. I'm just gonna pull over for a second because I want to read the comments. I don't want to leave y'all hanging now. I'm not in a rush. I don't have to go back to the shelter until like 8 o'clock, but I'm going back. I'm going back. How was your work day? Glad to be off. Yes, she implemented the Microsoft Windows 11 is trash. I don't know what system they working out of. Yeah, I bet your IT department are working overtime. I already read that one. How are you feeling today? I'm doing good. No, you're not funny. No, you're not funny. I mean, who said I was funny? Did I say I was funny? Yeah, the new system is probably automate most services and implementing AI. So once the system is fully implemented and the bugs fixed, most will be replaced and no longer needed for employment. I know that's the scary part. That's the scary part. They usher in that AI crap. Agreed. Sadly, not everyone wants change, and it takes time as well as tweaks to the system, and employees need training and effective. Yeah. Yet it sounds that the system will be beneficial and automate and assist proceedings and lot logistics so the business can be more effective and profitable. Yeah. The employer should have mandated training modules and time to train and understand how to effectively prompt AI to get the most useful information you are searching for. I agree. In most cases, does your company offer all employees 401k? Yeah, we get 401k. It's a firm believer that if my employees are invested in my company, they too want to succeed. Yeah, a win for a win, everybody, and we all are invested. Risk versus rewards. And I actually like my job. Like I like what I do. And it's so funny because the only reason I got into this business was because I had lost my job. The job that I was doing, I'm covering up where I'm at. I don't want people to. Some people will track my location and say, "Oh, this I know where you're at," you know. But I'd be all over the place basically. But for the most part, um, I know I talk a lot of trash about the company, but I think it's a very good company. I mean, this company has been open for like 60 years, so it's a good company. But a lot of times, managers that are key, that stuff. A lot of that messy stuff being in these companies, and I can't see and pinpoint everything. And I think they're doing a good job by ushering in new systems and everything, because that's how they can make more money. You know what I'm saying? Ushering in more systems, but of course the AI crap. I'm sure AI is tied into a lot of that mess. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, they're not gonna need us no more. At some point, I hope it ain't no time soon. But the AI thing is going to be a destruction. It's going to be a destructor. You go in ShopRite, you go into like McDonald's now, or you go to fast food places. Even at the drive-through, they got a computer asking you, "How you doing today? Are you going to use this today?" You know, they're cutting out humans. They're cutting humans out of these jobs. And it sucks because now we're going to be out here trying to find other jobs. You got to go into other fields because AI is taking over everything. But AI can't do everything. You know what I'm saying? AI can't do everything because can only do certain things. AI can't do everything. But it sucks. You know, it's the times that we live in. It's the signs of the times that we are living in. And it's just how the future is going to unfold for us. Everything is going to be computerized. You know, now they starting to, the credit cards, they're starting to have us move our stuff into our phones and the Apple Pay and all this stuff. They're just slowly getting us into what? The mark of the beast. The the um the chip in the hand. Like I would never do that. I'd rather die before I ever do that. I really would. I would never implant something in my skin to say, "Hey, I paid my bill." I'm not going to ever bow down to that. So I leave this earth before I ever agree to that. A win for a win. Everybody invested risk versus rewards. Yeah. Yep, you are right, mentors. You are right. It's getting dark already. It's already 6:30, 6:40 now. But by the time I get close to where I need to go to, it's gonna be dark out here. So try to get some sunlight. Sorry, y'all can't always see me, cause man, it's gonna get darker earlier than this. It's only 6:40 now. By the time it's like when daylight savings really come around, it's gonna be really dark at like what? It's gonna start getting dark at 5, maybe 4:30. So that's the only thing about the winter and the fall that I don't like, because everything is like cold and dead. Like the grass is dead, the trees are dead. But not all trees are dead in the wintertime, but pretty much almost everything is dead. The foliage and the ground is frozen, but it hasn't been cold like it used to be 20 years ago. We used to really get some cold winters, but we don't get it like that no more. It barely even snows. But it's really just the signs of the times that we are living in, signs of the times that we are living in. And I was at ShopRite this morning. I had got some ramen noodles from ShopRite. So now I'm gonna go get some vegetables tomorrow, because when I eat my ramen, I gotta start putting vegetables into it. Like if I heat up some broccoli at work, I haven't been eating vegetables like I should. You know what I'm saying? I think tomorrow I'm just gonna go get a salad, Because even having a salad, salads are even expensive. You get a salad that's already prepared for you, like the meat is cut up, the eggs are in the salad, everything's cut and prepared for this in the salad. The salad is like $8, $9. That's $8, $9. So I gotta get me a salad. I gotta usher in more vegetables. I gotta get some, because being at the shelter, like I said, I don't eat at the shelter all the time, and sometimes they have vegetables there, but the vegetables that they make, the vegetables are dead. Like they just boil them down so much. The people at the shelter, they just don't know how to cook. So, and I'm not saying that they have to be like a chef, but some of the stuff is edible. You know what I mean? Like they'll have, the other day they had like pasta, they threw some gravy on it, and then they had some vegetables that they tossed in there. I was grateful to get it. You know what I'm saying? If I can eat that meal for free versus going to the store paying $20 for something to eat, I'd rather have that, because that's the closest to a home cooked meal that I can ever find until I move and get my own place. That's why I said I cannot wait to get my own place again, because I need to go back into eating vegetables and just being a little bit more healthier. I've been kind of eating on the road because I'm homeless. I can't eat at the shelter because I'm always working, so I'm not ever there to even eat the stuff. So as I'm on the road and I have to eat whatever I can get, as far as, oh, I gotta get a burger today, tomorrow when I'm like, every day is always, what am I going to eat today? What am I going to eat today? And half the time it's always like fast food stuff. I don't have a kitchen to cook a meal. Like I'd rather cook a home cooked meal that's healthier. And a lot of this stuff is filled with so much salt and sodium, and it's just a mess. But I do the best I can do, and so I can get housing. Do the best I can do, and so I can find housing. Yes, you're sadly, most Americans and anyone who is employed around the world, 34% of current jobs will no longer be needed. It's a shame too. COVID already taught us this. Non-essential jobs. Yeah, it's a shame, man. Sign of the times that we're living in. I just keep prayed up. I'm thankful to God. That's why we have to get into other things. Like we can't always just do what we went to college for. Like what you're educated in, we have to learn how to do other stuff. Like this is a total different field than what I was in before COVID and all that stuff. Before all this stuff happened in my life, I was in a totally different field. I was in a field where I had to physically help people. So I was like a CNA, but I wasn't a CNA. I worked in like group homes and I was helping people. And so I lost my job, and then I went into a total different field. So this is a different field. So we're gonna have to start doing things that we're not used to doing. Like go into a different field. Like okay, you might be a dental hygienist, or you might be a counselor or a therapist or something. We all got to branch out and do other stuff. Like we got to go out into other fields that we may not even like, but it might be something different for us. Me, you know what I was thinking about doing? I was thinking about getting into um, mortuary science, like going into the death industry, working in funeral homes, like learning the dead. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's like crazy for me because I'm actually scared of dead people, but I was like, maybe I should get into mortuary science. That's a business that AI can't take over unless it's like, certain businesses AI can't do. I was thinking about getting into mortuary science, like learning the science of death, learning the funeral home business. Because the funeral home business is a very lucrative business. You can make a lot of money in that field. So I was thinking about that. I said, wow, a field that a lot of people don't even want to touch because they're scared. So I was thinking about that. I said I should go into mortuary science, learn how to do embalming dead bodies. You'll never. That's the business that AI can't do, and that's the business that will never ever be slow because people die every single day. So I was thinking about mortuary science, working with the dead. Was thinking about it. We'll see. We shall see. But I was like, yo, I'm gonna go into the death industry. You make a lot of money in that. Working with dead people, they can't say nothing to you. Ain't nobody talking back, right? You ain't got to worry about nobody saying nothing to you. Oh God. Oh my God. Why did I just pass the state police? I hope he don't know that I'm on this freaking phone. State boys, state police, past the state police. Now, the state police, they don't be playing around. They don't be playing no games, the state boys. I'm seeing many programmers and network executives and admins as regular repair IT help desks are being automated, and agreed trade jobs are high in demand. Yeah, you're right. Those trade jobs are the ones where people want to be at. I don't know. I want to do something. I want to like go maybe do a trade myself, but I'm thinking about going into the mortuary science field, like maybe being an embalmer, figuring that field out. It's a fascinating world for me, like death. A lot of people are curious about death, right? I go and bomb somebody. I go and bomb a dead person. The dead person ain't gonna say nothing to me. They better not. They had better not, you know. State boy turned around. I guess that's the end of your road, huh? State police turned around. That must have been the end of his state road. But yeah, man, I don't know. We gotta get into other things. Like you're right. Do like get into trades. Do go into trades. A lot of people don't want to do trade work, but trade work is where it's at. That's where people be making money. Broaden our skill sets and become jack of all trades and deep dive. Yeah, that's true. That is definitely true. I agree. I agree. But I don't know. I ran my mouth a lot. It's only 37 minutes. I've only been going for my job for 37 minutes. I thought it's been almost an hour that I've been talking. I'm not eating nothing tonight. I had a late lunch today, so I'm pretty good with that. I try to eat one meal a day. I try to have like for breakfast, I have bananas and I keep my bananas at work. I have cereal at the job. So if I get hungry after the gym, I did go to the gym today too, y'all. After the gym, I try to get like bananas, like light stuff to eat. You know what I mean? I don't be going to McDonald's and having breakfast sandwiches and all that stuff. Like I'm not 20 years old anymore. That stuff ain't no good for you anyway, but every now and again I will go get me a breakfast sandwich from like McDonald's or somewhere. But every now and again I'll eat a little messy for breakfast. But I really try to stick to eating bananas or having some yogurt or, maybe a bagel or just nothing is good for us out here no more. Nothing's good for us. Nothing. I feel like I've been driving for an hour at least, but I've only been driving for like 30 something minutes. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, dude? Yeah, I'm thinking about getting into mortuary science, like learning how to be an undertaker or something. Like, I don't know. Get into the grave digging industry. I don't want to be a grave digger, but the death industry is very lucrative. I mean, AI can't take that over. AI can't bury people. The thing about that is people pass away and they die every day. So people are deceased and they pass away every single day. Once you build your soap business, you can automate and add well and grow your empire. Yeah, I'm going back into that for sure. But I also think about other stuff. I'm always thinking about other stuff, and once I get back into my soap, and I'll be fine. And my soap business is actually something that I like to do, so it's easy for me to do things that I love. Like I love making soap. I'm enjoyable. It makes me happy. And I use it myself. Like I use my soap on my skin. I still have my own soap that I use. I just use the soap that I had extra before I lost my apartment. So I still use my own natural soap on my skin, and it keeps me clean. And it's a natural bar of soap. It's not filled with a whole bunch of that stuff that Dove had. I used to use Dove. I used to use Dial. I used to use all those bars of soap. I used to use deodorant. I haven't used deodorant in like 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I haven't used deodorant under my arms in so long. I made my own deodorant. I don't even use deodorant. Like right now, since I'm homeless, I can't make my own deodorant. I mean, I can, but I don't. But I make my own deodorant and everything. I make my own deodorant. I make my own handmade lotion. I make my own. I just make my own handmade lotion, my own soap, and my own lotion. Lotion, soap, and deodorant. I make myself. So I don't buy anything from the store. I just get it. I have my own recipes that I've had for like the last 7 years, and I make it work like that. There's natural things that we can do under our armpits. The thing about natural deodorant is you're always going to sweat. Like it's not going to stop you. You're going to sweat when you wear natural deodorant, and that's fine because sweating is a beautiful thing. Like we're supposed to sweat. You're supposed to sweat, right? But if you take a shower every single day, you shouldn't have too much of a problem with your deodorant, your armpits smelling bad. And your armpits gonna start smelling if you use a natural deodorant and you're probably like not showering for like 3 days, you're probably gonna start smelling. But I only sweat under my arms if I'm like exercising or if I'm really nervous or bad about. I sweat under my arms if I'm exercising or if I'm upset about something, like nervous or something at my job got me like going. But for the most part, I've been using natural deodorant for like 6 years. I stopped using deodorant. I don't even buy deodorants anymore. Like how much does deodorant cost now? Like a stick of deodorant costs about what, $7, $8? You could probably get a cheap one from like the dollar store for a couple dollars, but I don't wear none of that stuff anymore. I don't put none of that crap on my skin. I have my own lotion. I make my own lotion. I use unscented lotion on my face. I make all that stuff myself. If people could understand and know like all the chemicals that's out here in this stuff that it could prolong our lives in some type of way. Because the big C word is out here, man. The big C word is out here, and all the stuff that's in our foods, like it's chemicals everywhere, man. It's like you can't get away from it. You can't get away from it. But if I could try to avoid a lot of stuff, I'm gonna try, and that's why I started making my own stuff. That's why I try to make my own things, not be, telling people in my family, like, listen, even if you don't buy it from me, you should try to be a little bit more holistic with your choices and skincare and all the things that people use in their face. I mean, I be watching girls that do makeup videos, and they be putting like 20 different things on their skin. Like, you need all that crap. You're just clogging your pores up. Are you kidding me? You don't need all that crap. You don't need all that crap on your skin. Like I do wear makeup. I wear light foundation, like light powder foundation, and I wear a blush. That's all I wear on my skin. And that even like when I go home, even when I go home to the shelter, right? I wash my face every night. My handmade soap, I wash my face with that and clear my pores out. Wipe my face out with the witch hazel or whatever I have to clear my skin before I soap wash it. Man, I just wash my face with soap and water. That's it. We don't need all this fancy stuff. I used to use all that stuff in the stores, all that exfoliation. You can exfoliate your entire body with salt, or you can exfoliate your body with sugar. You can exfoliate your body with sugar. You can exfoliate your body with sugar. We don't need all this stuff in the stores. This expensive facial stuff that, oh, this is a very expensive exfoliator. No, you can save your money. Try to use something that you can make yourself. Save your money. Stop listening to all this crap they putting out here. Shoot, if I can make my own toothpaste, I make that too. And that's things I just want to do and get into. Making my own everything, baby. How do you think they used to do it back in the day, caveman times? How do you think people made things? They made it themselves. And now everything, people are okay with, oh, it's a pretty packaging, that Dove soap. All this stuff that come out of these factories, thousands of people is touching it, boxing it up. Man, we have to really be more self-sufficient, man. And then people be thinking like, since it's like a soap that I make, they think it's like, oh, it's not Dove, so I don't want it. People think since something don't come off a shelf, they don't want nothing to do with it. And I be like, listen, you don't want it, but there's gonna be somebody else that's gonna come here that's gonna want this product. So I don't feel no shame. I don't feel bad. Somebody out here gonna want it, like before. Hello, hi, Dr. J. How are you? Thank you for liking. $7 for my Old Spice and Men's Degree Sport deodorant. Yeah, I have sensitive skin and have to be careful with fragrances. Yeah, I don't have any fragrance. I make soap that don't have fragrance, and then I do make soap that have fragrance. But my main thing, I make soap with no fragrance, no chemical, like no fragrance, no coloring. And then I do make some fun soaps because some people are like, oh, I want some smell. You got anything that smells? So some people like smell, you know. I'm not really one for too much smell, but I make a facial bar for myself, and I make one for people that have like sensitive skin or eczema that has oatmeal in it. So a lot of people like that, and it's a bar that's safe enough for a baby. Like if you have a newborn baby, I have a soap that's your baby can use. Like I was talking to this lady at the job the other day, and she's actually pregnant right now. She's due any day now, and she's pregnant, right? So she's like, I was like, so what type of laundry detergent are you using for the baby? I thought she was using like Draft. I used Draft when my kids were younger. Draft is like a supposed to be like a really good laundry detergent for children, for babies. Draft, Dreft. I don't know if they call it Draft anymore, but Draft has been a popular staple for like people that have kids